Hi, everyone. I want to give you a little tutorial on how to do IC 5.1. This is the layout and design exercise that you're going to be doing. So this exercise is going to give you all the tools that you need to be successful in doing your report number one, your report project. And so let me share my screen really quick with you here. Okay. So when you open the directions for IC 5.1, this is what it'll show you. In this assignment, you will experiment with different ways to lay out reports in MS Word. And it's crucial that you know how to do every single one of these pieces, because every single one of these is required for the report project. Okay, given that, you might want to have, you might want to follow along with this is the directions for IC 5.1. You might want to follow along as well on one of your screens. It might make things more clear. Okay. So now you're going to be looking, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the report project resources. So that's over here on the left-hand navigation, report project resources. And then you're going to click this open. And then you're going to come down to report examples. Sorry. And these are, a number of these below are student examples that you're going to be able to look at, which will really help you look at informational reports and recommendation reports. But what we're going to download right now is report example for IC assignment report and layout design. So you're going to download that. And that should open in Word. Okay. So as we look at this in Word, just 1 second, I have to kind of move something around here. Oops, there we go. So as we look at this in Word, we're going to be applying each of these 1 through 10, each of these steps to this report. So this is really just a sample report. There's nothing in here that's super interesting, but it just gives you an idea about how to apply these styles and how to do some of the things that you need to do this report. Okay, let me go ahead and okay. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to apply heading styles to each heading. So the first heading you're going to apply is the title. So you're going to highlight this and you're going to come up here and click on title. And then you're going to apply this as the subtitle. So you're going to click open here and choose subtitle. Okay. So you got the title and the subtitle in. Now you want to scroll down and we are going to give a heading 1 or a heading 2. This report only has headings 1 and 2 to each of these headings. So the abstract is going to be heading 1. Introduction is also heading 1. Keep scrolling down. Degrees offered by colleges and universities is also heading 1. Scroll down to associate's degree. That is going to be heading 2 because it's a subheading for 1. Bachelor's degree is also going to be, you guessed it, heading 2. Master's degree, heading 2. Doctorate degree, heading 2. University and community colleges, this will be heading 1. Central New Mexico Community College, it's going to be, yep, heading 2. University of New Mexico, also heading 2. Central New Mexico Community College versus University of New Mexico, also heading 2. Cost, heading 1. Advantages, heading 1. Recommendation, heading 1. Option 1, consider the degrees available. This is going to be heading 2. It's 2 options under the recommendation. Option 2, consider receiving associate's degree. It's heading 2. Conclusion is heading 1. And then references is heading 1. Okay, so now you've done number 3. You've used headings, styles, and you've applied styles to the title and subtitle. So you've done number 3, which is great. Okay, so now we're going to do the next thing, which is using hard returns between sections. So the reference is going to be on its own page or its own section. So you can do that a couple ways. I do this Control-Enter, and you can see it goes on its own page. The other thing you can do is do Insert under Page, Page Break. You can do that as well. Either way, whatever is easiest. It's a little different on the Mac. You might have to look to see, it's called a hard return. You might look and see how it is on a Mac. I think it's the Command Enter key, if I remember correctly, but I'm not sure. So come back up to the top. The abstract is going to be on its own page. So let's do Control-Enter here. And the introduction will be on its own page. Okay. Everybody keeping up? You're doing great. Okay, let's come at the beginning. Put your cursor on the first page here, anywhere you want, doesn't matter. And then we're going to go to Insert again. We're going to go to Page Numbers. You can decide where you want to put the page. I put them at the bottom. That is just a personal decision. You can put them at the top. You can put them in a lot of different places. And I kind of like using an accent bar. And you can look, there are a number of kind of different ways to do these little accent bars and brackets. And it sort of takes a second for it to pop in, but you can sort of see. You choose what you like. I'm going to choose accent bar number 3, but you choose whichever one you like the best. So that's here in the footer. Okay, you can go ahead and close this big red X or big white X in the little red box up here. It's going to close the header and footer. Okay, so now we have page numbers on everything, which is great. Then you're going to insert 3 images. So you can insert these anywhere you want. I'm just going to pop one in here, right here in the introduction. So you do Insert, Pictures, I'm going to insert this Acme anvil. So just insert this here. Okay, so now we've inserted a picture. I'll give you just a second to do that. You can. It does not matter what picture it is. You can just insert anything. You can go download one online. You can just use a picture you previously have. I want you to know kind of how to work with the picture. Okay, once you've got it inserted, I'm going to make mine a little bit smaller here. It's a little big. Okay. Once you've inserted it, then I want you to format the text so it flows around it. So if you go here, you go text wrapping, you do square, and see how if I move this, see how the text flows around the picture? So if I move the picture around, kind of does that. You can sort of find a way to do it that you think is the best. There we go. I'm going to kind of put it right here. But you just decide where you like it best on the page. And then you're going to insert a caption. So you're going to click on the picture here. You're going to right click. And it says Insert Caption. And you're going to insert where you got this image. You're going to, well, first you can identify the image. And so this is an Acme anvil. And then you're going to identify where you got it. I couldn't tell you right now where I got this, but if you put an image in your report, you're going to need to tell me where you got it. But let's just do, I'm going to say I got this from roadrunner.com. But you put the actual URL in here. Okay. So you go, the caption will be in there, and you can click OK. See how the caption goes right underneath it. So these captions are great, and we're going to show you in a minute how to make a table of figures, which is pretty awesome. The thing is that, like right now, if you move this, you have to move the caption too. See what I mean? You have to move it over here. So I'm going to show you how to. I'm going to move this caption underneath it. Here we go. And then I'm going to show you how to group them. So if you click on the image and then press Control and click on the figure and then click on the image again so that they're both highlighted. Come up here to Layout. And come over here to Group and click Group. And now see it's all one box, so it all moves together. So that's just the best way to keep your keep the caption and the picture together. So just a little pro tip there. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're on that was number 7. We're going to go to number 8. We're going to format the existing reference page. So come down here to the bottom to the reference page. Okay. So this is one I've already put in. I just wanted to show you that if you put your references in by hand, like I did here, as opposed to using MS Word, which we'll show you in a second, there's a specific way to lay it out. So highlight all of the references, come up here to Home. See where it says Paragraph? There's this little arrow here. Click that open. Go over here to Special, do Hanging, and then it gives you a little preview here of what it's going to look like. And then press OK. So now you have what's called a hanging indent. So does that look nice? That's what it's supposed to look like in APA. So that was number 8. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a table of contents. So come back up here to the top. After the abstract, we're going to put the table of contents in right here. So let me, I'm going to create another page. So I'm going to do a control enter here so that I have this blank page 3. I like to take the spaces out between my pages so you can double click here. And it just makes it, I think it's a little easier to work with, but anyway, you can try that if you want. It does take the footer away so you won't see your page number, but know that it's still there. Okay, so I'm going to put my cursor here on this blank page. Oops, sorry about that. Put my cursor here on this blank page. And then I'm going to come up here to references. And then table of contents. So you want to pick one of these automatic tables. I always pick number 2. You can pick number 1 or 2. It makes no difference at all. Click 1. And because we put the headers in, it has identified all of them and automatically put the page numbers in. So it formulates your table of contents. So if you move around anything in the paper, which you are going to be, you know, obviously doing before you turn it in, the very last thing you're going to want to do is come over here to table of contents and do update table, update entire table, and that way it will show your final page numbers. So just make sure that you do that before you turn it in. Okay. The last thing we're going to do is number 10. We're going to create 3 in-text citations. Okay. So we can put these citations in anywhere in the text. I'm going to put one in right here. It does not matter. You just put your cursor anywhere in the text that you want. And then I'm going to come up here to insert citation. First, I'm going to change this though. I'm going to change this to APA. And then insert citation, add new source. Okay. So so you see you have 3 sources listed here on the instructions. So the first one is this Ashley A, Benefits of Attaining Community College. Okay, so that is a website. So the type of source, you're going to click on here and you're going to click website. So I think this is much easier if you click show all bibliography fields. Okay, so it just makes things easier. So okay, I'm going to put A Ashley, and then the name of the web page is Money Crashers, moneycrashers.com. And the name of the, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. The name of the web page is Benefits of Attending Community College. Oops. For 2 years to save money. The name of the website, so the page is the actual page that the article is on. The site is the name of the whole site. So this is Money Crashers. And we don't know the editor or producer of the company, but we have the year. We have the year it's retrieved. We don't have the year it came out. So we're going to come back here to year accessed. And the date accessed usually is going to be like today. So we're going to put today. Okay. But you could also put the date on there. And then URL. So you're going to put the URL in here. Okay, so that's the URL. And okay, so you're good. And then you're going to click OK. So that put this here. See how that worked? Okay. Sorry about that. And then let me turn my phone off. There we go. And then you're going to do that same thing for the second and the third one. And all three of those are websites, so you're going to do that in the same way. And then when you finish this, we're going to create, just so that you know how to create this, we're going to create a reference page. Now there is already a reference page that I've added here. So this is just one that I added on so you would know how to format that. But if you create it through Word, it creates itself. So you can see my cursor is down here. And if I go to References and insert bibliography, it's actually going to be References. So insert this. There we go. You see how it made that little reference there? Which is pretty awesome. And then the other piece that you can do, if you also want to insert a table of figures, you can do that. So this is the, you can put a title on this. And I'm going to make this a heading 1. Okay, and so then that was the, remember that was the Roadrunner anvil that I put in the beginning? Okay, so see how that works? You can just, this is just a little report just to play around with these pieces. And then because I changed some things, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to update the table. And those things are added. Okay. The last thing you do, oh, don't forget the last step. The last thing you're going to do is you're going to come over to File, and you're going to go to Export, and you're going to export as a PDF. Okay. And then once you've done that, you're going to be able to upload your PDF. Okay, so I hope that was helpful to go through all 10 steps. And give you an idea of how that works and what you need to do. If you have any questions on that, email me and I can talk you through some more of it. But you will need all of these pieces to do your reference project, your report project. And so you'll just want to make sure you know how to do everything. Okay, thanks, and let me know if you need any help with this.